How have you been? Now, you might have heard of stories about people coming from grass to grace, or should we call it bottom up? However, today I give you a contrary story of those who went from riches to rugs. Some you might know, and some you might see for the first time. What we want to know today is how. How did they burn out all their privileges and wealth? Of course, this might come as lessons on what not to do. So, come with me, future millionaires. Ngesh, known for her popular song Kaveve Kazoze, which currently has over 4.3 million views on YouTube. Hers is not a story of riches to rags, but rather fame without riches. Ngesh saw a flash of an ultimately life-changing moment that saw her come to the city and allowed her to meet some of the largest names in Kenya. However, it seems she had not strategized enough on how she would have turned her fame to income, which eventually saw her going back to her hometown after her short-lived fame and what seemed like a dead end. Well, let's hope she stepped back to try and strategize things for the better, but do you think she would have done things a bit differently? Colonel Mustafa, known for his beat Mona Lisa, he revealed to have been earning a salary of 250,000 Kenyan shilling a month during his grace times. On top of that, he earned an extra 700,000 Kenyan shillings a month from different brands. He further disclosed that at the onset of his downfall, he had a problem with alcohol and women, which soon saw him run into debts to the extent of not being able to pay for his daughter's school fees. It began with debts, went to losing his car, land, and home. He later came to the limelight after being spotted working on a construction site to try and support his mother's treatment, who unfortunately had been diagnosed with cancer. Quick recovery, Mama Mustafa. Magic's anger, his fame beats his name, or is it the opposite? It doesn't matter, as most probably you have seen or heard his name, but do you really know how he lost his wealth and riches? He has worked with top names including Calligraph Jones, Otile Brown, and most Nyenga artists. You will agree with me that becoming a music producer in this generation is not a simple feat to achieve, but this guy beat all those odds and rose to become one of the best beat makers Kenya has ever had. To avoid diluting any information, we will say as it came from the horse's mouth. He attributes his losses, or better failures, to what seems like not being professional in his line of business after offering his services for no payment, or let's call it petty money, as little as only 20,000 Kenyan shillings for a song. You will agree with me that one of the things that could destroy a business is giving products on credit. One of the other reasons that Magic's anger might have lost in on his business was due to the speculations of being in the Illuminati organization, and Kenyans, being super religious, refrained from his services. Omos Kungala. Known for his role in Tahiti High, he would easily earn as much as 150,000 Kenyan shillings in a single week on his role. He claims to have fallen into depression, and thus the mismanagement of funds, but to add salt to the wound, he was an alcoholic, and we all know what an addiction level of alcoholism could do to decision-making, and of course finances. He confessed that while acting his role, he would consume up to 10 beers daily and still feel no effect. So this is a story that needs no much explanation. Lawrence Karanja, or who you might know as Wisdom, makes it to our list after he revealed that making ends meet had become difficult back in 2022. Surprisingly, alcoholism is one of the things he attributes his downfall on. Apart from that, the fact that he is young and arguably his good looks saw him get involved in women, and you all know how that could go. More on that, he said that the expectations of a celebrity in Kenya could have largely caused his financial problems, considering the fact that Kenyans expect a lavish life from them. To keep up with that status would cause a hole in the bank, which would sooner or later see the spring run dry if caution is not used. Looking at most of these cases, you will agree with me that alcoholism, women, and money mismanagement ultimately led to their downfall, right? Do you think they handled their fame in the right way? See you in the next video.